Right now, someone is facing a major choice involving you. Pay close attention, because what I'm sharing could be unfolding quietly and privately in another person's thoughts at this exact instant. Something you may not even sense is taking place. There's an individual who has been dwelling on you far more deeply than they'd ever confess, even to themselves. You could be sensing a gap or a haze of uncertainty and separation between the two of you. Everything on the outside appears calm and vague, yet you're unaware that this person has arrived at one of the biggest turning points in their emotional journey. The choice confronting them carries real gravity. It's far from casual or impulsive. It's profound and centered entirely on you. This goes beyond surface details like your identity, conversations, or past moments together. It's about your essence, your spirit, and the space you've occupied in their existence. You came into their world carrying genuine significance and impact. Deep within, they're wrestling with whether to move closer or pull back entirely. They're debating if they should embrace you fully or cling to the security of their anxieties. The question is whether to grip tightly or release completely. This kind of resolution can't be hurried or brushed aside. It refuses to stay buried. Because you aren't some minor footnote in their narrative, you're an essential section that forces them to confront their true self. At this moment, they're engaged in an internal conflict that's completely hidden. From the outside, they seem perfectly ordinary, heading to their routine, spending time with others, flashing smiles like everything's fine. They may even project indifference. But beneath that surface, their inner world is turbulent. Thoughts of you surface unexpectedly, catching them off guard. In the stillness of late nights or early mornings, profound questions weigh on them. They ponder whether embracing you would reshape their entire path ahead. They're anxious that inaction might mean losing you for good. At the same time, they dread that taking the leap could lead to another disappointment. A lot of folks miss the point that quietness doesn't equal a lack of emotion. In many cases, it signals intense fear. Certain individuals suppress what they feel out of terror that vulnerability will strip away their control. Others hold back from pursuing love simply because they've never discovered how to feel secure within it. Their reluctance stems not from indifference toward you, but from the fact that genuine care feels risky to them. There's a well-known notion that your life's true purpose often hides precisely where your greatest fear resides. In this case, you embody a challenge they can no longer sidestep. Their heart draws them in your direction, recalling the sensation of being truly visible and accepted by you. They recall the peace they experienced in your company amid a world that's constantly rushing. Their emotions remember the version of themselves that emerged around you, yet their rational side resists those memories fiercely. The mind drags forward past hurts and errors, urging caution and warning against fresh pain. It questions their resilience and self-worth in the face of this possibility. Right now, they're caught in that pull between longing and the craving for protection. You sit directly in the heart of this inner conflict. Not everyone who crosses our path leaves a lasting imprint. Many are fleeting encounters or brief teachings. But your influence reached much further. You didn't merely catch their attention, you altered something fundamental within them. You reached their most vulnerable layers without causing harm. You nudged them beyond familiar territory without cruelty. You revealed aspects of their identity they'd previously ignored. In doing so, you simultaneously stirred their longing and their apprehension. That's precisely why this choice feels so weighty. Opting for you requires personal evolution, and evolution always challenges the sense of self. An old wisdom holds that the highest achievement is stepping into your authentic self. Without fanfare, you extended an invitation for them to walk that road. They sensed it, even without the vocabulary to describe it. In your presence, they experienced greater authenticity and openness. Connections of that depth don't vanish simply because communication pauses. That's the reason you remain unforgettable to them. That's why hearing your name still stirs something profound in their core. You weren't background static in their existence. You were purpose, solace, and guidance. Encountering that level of significance compels self-examination. A fundamental insight states that unacknowledged inner beliefs will direct your path, while you label it destiny. This individual now stands on the threshold of that awareness. They're beginning to grasp that inaction itself is a deliberate path. They understand prolonged quiet could mean forfeiting you. They recognize that another person might recognize your worth and act decisively. They see that something precious they've delayed valuing won't linger indefinitely. Yet past wounds continue echoing loudly in their thoughts. This pause isn't solely about you. It's frequently tied to shadows from earlier experiences before you entered the picture. There's also an unspoken dread, the worry that they fall short of deserving you. Profound affection often breeds self-doubt. When something irreplaceable is at stake, insecurity intensifies. They're questioning whether they can become the partner this bond requires. The choice is developing subtly, beneath the surface. While they sense your vibration holds importance, how you present yourself and honor your own value right now carries even greater weight. Ironically, the instant someone truly selects you often arrives precisely when you've ceased anticipating their decision. What you resist persists alongside you. What you embrace transforms you. The strongest shifts occur the moment you refuse to pause your own journey due to another's uncertainty. That's the birthplace of your strength. As they loop through familiar mental patterns, an inner transformation is quietly underway. Awareness, once gained, cannot be undone. They're revisiting shared instants in their thoughts, recalling your attentive listening, the freedom you offered without pressure. Those recollections arise unbidden. With each one, they confirm this bond wasn't random. They're recognizing you as a symbol of genuine emotional openness and richness. You function like a reflection, displaying both their current reality and their potential. Reflections unsettle those unprepared to confront their inner truth. That's why they oscillate, wanting courage one moment, retreating to safety the next. They hope time will resolve everything. Yet time only sharpens such a link rather than dissolving it. Life appears duller in your absence. You've reshaped their inner landscape permanently. Now responsibility enters their considerations. They're pondering daily consistency, emotional presence, and safeguarding the connection instead of sabotaging it in moments of panic. These are serious inquiries demanding maturity. Selecting you eliminates ambiguity, partial commitment, or evasion. They understand you aren't built for endless uncertainty or prolonged games. It requires embracing wholeness. Hesitation peaks here precisely because their feelings run deep. They know full involvement demands change. Growth invites accountability, and discomfort is inevitable. They're teetering on that boundary. They also detect your own evolution. Though unspoken, your shift in presence registers with them. No more pursuit or justification. You're centered and self-directed. That unsettles them. When pursuit ends, control slips away. When waiting ceases, reality crashes in. They see your progress continues independently of their timeline, heightening urgency. Visions arise of you thriving elsewhere or finding calm without them. That awareness underscores their attachment. Fear of being turned away grows. Concerns surface about disappointing you or reopening scars. Some freeze, mistaking stillness for neutrality. Yet it's avoidance in disguise, and avoidance still chooses. Each day without bravery carries its price. A subtle sorrow, a nagging sense of something vital slipping further. They're discovering distractions can't substitute for you. Quiet offers no real calm, only postponement. Through this, they're learning avoidance no longer suffices. Security devoid of substance rings hollow. The issue shifts from whether feelings exist to whether courage exists to uphold them. Your part is remaining true to your essence. No persuasion is needed from you. Strength flows from prioritizing your development. Regardless of timing, your inner progress matters most. Self-prioritization ends debates over value. They either step up or clear space. Both paths foster your advancement. True awakening belongs to those who introspect deeply. The strain intensifies because this now concerns their fundamental identity. Embracing you means adopting a renewed existence and elevated expectations. Terrifying territory. Some prefer distant longing over the demands of closeness. A powerful tie like yours insists on authenticity. Excuses about circumstances or deliberate sabotage may appear when fear peaks. Logic masks terror of failing at what truly counts. You reach their essence, prompting questions about capability, steadiness, dependability. Full selection removes hiding places. They must allow complete visibility and own their choices. Exposure frightens lifelong defenders. Yet your resilience shines through. You thrive independently, without pleading. That authenticity becomes impossible to ignore. They yearn for the ease felt in your company. Comparisons fall short with others. Genuineness etches lasting impressions. Avoidance fails to diminish the pull. Imagining your peaceful advancement elsewhere stings sharply. Regret sharpens as they question if fear squanders a singular opportunity. Clarity emerges from witnessing their escape patterns. You owe no lingering in limbo. Focus on crafting a fulfilling existence. Sensing potential loss through your growth sharpens their crossroads. No space remains for ambiguity. They must commit purposefully or release. No sustained in-between exists. Fate aligns accordingly. Bonds destined for expansion navigate fear. Lessons complete when stagnation halts progress. Tension accumulates. Real, world movement approaches, a communication, a resolution. Until then, hold firm in your value. Ceasing value negotiations shifts the dynamic. Indecision exhausts them. Confronting shadows becomes necessary for illumination. You've become their clearest reflection. They're questioning fear-based versus truth-based living. Your independence accelerates the timeline. Authenticity becomes prerequisite. Courage emerges or stagnation persists. Truth arrives regardless. You're restoring inner calm. Love isn't achieved, it's permitted in self-harmony. Seizing self-diminishment clarifies everything. Resolution nears. Forward movement brings intention. Withdrawal signals limits reached. Both reveal direction. Doubt no longer suspends you. You stand secure. Quiet ceases neutrality. It's conclusive. Love aligns perspectives. True alignment overcomes fear. Non-selection guides next steps. Your self-decision remains paramount. Welcome to Psych Lens. If this resonated, drop clarity in the comments. It signals prioritizing self-respect over ambiguity. Subscribe for deeper insights, and pass this along to anyone who could use the message today. As the connection's intensity crests, a fresh chapter unfolds, diminishing the past's hold on today. This individual enters profound contemplation, weighing their familiar security against the lively potential alongside you. They recognize protective barriers also isolate them. Once a defense, silence now echoes unmet longings. Each hidden day forfeits genuine understanding. Internal conflict surfaces outwardly. Your purposeful, self-honoring presence draws them magnetically. No longer questioning your fit, they know it. Now it's whether they fit you. They probe their capacity to release pain, shaped identities. Observing your healing journey sparks a drive to align, not compete, to evolve rather than lag in outdated patterns. Subtle reappearances may emerge, gentle exchanges, quick contacts, altered demeanor. These self-administered trials gauge readiness for vulnerability's intensity. Stay anchored in your strength and serenity. No need to assist or close distances. The bridge belongs to them. Realization that you're worth pursuing fuels their bravery. This phase dismantles ego defenses. Acceptance grows that outcomes defy control. Love demands trust in uncertainty. Shift from overanalysis to embodiment occurs. Soul matters transcend reason. Hurt's depths seal the verdict. Contained tension will soon overflow, ending silence. Whether renewal or closure follows, you're poised for transformation. Preparedness stems from self-commitment. The cosmos merely aligns with your wholeness. As build-up persists, reflection yields to awareness of inaction's toll. Distance transforms from refuge to emptiness devouring possibilities. Stability masks stagnation. Vibrancy fades, interactions shallow. Pushing thoughts of you away paradoxically centers them. You become recipient of joys and refuge in hardship. Pride unmasks as insecurities cover. Heart protection has starved it instead. Caught in transition, loneliness prevails. Past bonds clarify as failures rooted not in chance but patterns.